Okay, well, we just got done talking about what drives a book, but let's specifically talk about writers and our favorites. Your favorite writer and why?
It would have to be Alan Moore. As far as why, I don't know. I get so much more out of his stuff than just anybody. I mean, there's lots of great writers and things like that, and guys that have been on books and characters for a long time. But I just like his style. I like the things he does. I like the way he does it. I like the layers. There's always layers upon layers of different stuff. Real
different
good.
stuff. Peace, give me one thing that drove you to Alan Moore and said, I love this.
Oh, I don't know. Just really hit home with a couple nerves, right away, and really got me interested in a character that even though it may not be as a super original character, like I've seen before in a different comic book or something like that, he just does something a lot better with it, I think.
So do you work on Swamp Thing, Watchmen?
Oh, definitely all those things. Swamp Thing was probably my introduction to Alan Moore. As far as that goes, Watchmen's excellent. Watchmen is definitely something you can read numerous times and get something more out of each time or something different. There's so much going on in books like that.
And his look doesn't scare you?
No, not at all.
Because if you can find one out there where he's smiling, send it our way. So you?
Oh, I have, like artists, I have a lot of favorite writers too. One of my favorite writers is Ed Brubaker. I loved his stuff on Captain America. I mean, his basic stuff, and I like the way he built the layers, even with the support cast and the whole.
Use what was already there.
He used what was already there in the creation of Winter Soldier. I liked when he did the X-Men stuff. The Iron Fist storyline was really good.
Oh yeah, Immortal Iron Fist.
And I like a lot of his independent stuff with Velvet. And he has a new book I just picked up off the shelf the other day to try it out. It's called Fade Out by Image Comics. I don't know what it's about, but it looks interesting. And I think it's going to go along the lines of his kind of spy type
crime
of thing.
stuff.
Yeah,
crime
stuff.
So right there.
Should be pretty interesting.
But right there it shows. You don't even know what the story's about, but because Mr. Brubaker's on it, you're willing to pick it up because of that writer.
Well, I also looked through it. The art looked good, skimmed it, and the story looked like it would potentially be good. And he has a track record of being good.
Right, but his DNA is attached to it, so
Yeah.
you're going to buy it.
You like his style.
Yeah. And then a decent artist with it, too. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I also like Jeff Johns, like you. I like his work.
But I didn't talk to them about that yet.
Well, you mentioned earlier how you like Jeff
But they
Johns.
didn't know. Okay.
But I he's another writer that I like, and I like his work on. A lot of people don't think about is Aquaman.
Oh,
And
yes.
that title there, and it's like somewhere across the Atlantic. Aquaman talks to fish. They kind of work some of those jokes and make fun of them, and I thought it was a really great run that he did on the beginning of Aquaman on relaunching that title. So.
Oh, he did. I mean, he took all the jokes, put it in there so nobody else can make fun of him anymore, and he, bashed.
Acknowledged it. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. You can't make
Own
fun. Right, own it. Exactly.
They made Aquaman a little bit kick-ass too, so that was cool.
But you know what? That's the thing. Aquaman was always kick-ass. He
Yeah.
was always tough. I mean, I remember one episode that I was reading where Aquaman and Aqualad, they were there was a helicopter hovering over them, and they said, "Come on, we'll fly you out of there." And they show Aquaman and Aqualad going back underwater, and the one pilot's like, "Where are they going? We told them we would take them there." And the one guy already worked with Aquaman said, "Be patient, son. He's coming up." And they show Aquaman and Aqualad jumping up through the water, breaching the water, and jumping right into the helicopter. And it shows how much strength they have because underwater, if you can punch
more
somebody, hurt them,
resistance, yeah.
you can hurt them. So when you get into the land, one punch from Aquaman is very powerful. Granted, just hit him with some fire and you're okay. So as long as you just keep a good...
Rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, no, rubbing alcohol. My skin's dry.
One of his Jeff Johns' one of my favorite stories that Jeff Johns did in Aquaman was Aquaman New 52 number 6 with Mare. It's just a standalone story, and it's just a great read, and it's all about her and the powers that she has, and it's just such a small role, just like a thinking. Wasn't a whole lot of action, but it's a really great read.
It's a great read, definitely a great read. Did you read that one?
I don't believe so.
Okay, look it up. You guys should look it up too. It's a great read. My favorite, as we stated before, Jeff Johns. Anything he's on, I'll pick it up because chances are it's going to be gold. As my cohort in crime here said, Aquaman, he retooled him, made him better. He tore apart Flash, Green Lantern, the Justice Society, Teen Titans. Did I say Flash? I said Flash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justice League.
And made Justice League. That's the current one, right? And he's doing all this stuff to make all these characters relevant. If they weren't relevant already, he's making them relevant again. And that's why I like what he can do with the history, tear it apart, rebuild a character, and represent it. And you're going to want to read it because...
Without losing what was already there.
Exactly. Great point.
What was one of your favorite Jeff Johns stories?
The Green Lantern, without a doubt. Read Rebirth if you want to get into it, because Rebirth starts... Because Hal Jordan at this point is already dead. How do we bring him back to the DC Universe legitimately? And that's when he does it.
Anything else you like about that story? What
well,
about all the different rings? I saw you
in
had some rings
time,
on your hand.
yeah, we got the Green Lantern ring and the Red Lantern ring. And what's really great about this is he made an avenue for DC to make a ton of money, because now we have all the lanterns that are out there.
More characters, yeah.
Yep, ton more characters. We
the
have
whole
all the
emotional
emotions.
spectrum?
Yep, the whole emotional spectrum. So that means if you didn't have a strong will and couldn't get a green ring, you can hope by your anger you can get a red one. Or if you're a selfish person, get the orange one. Or if you're dead and you want to come back to life, get the black one. But let us know in the comments below what you think.